All right, Kiss Army, welcome to the KissFAQ Podcast. Thank you for giving us your time today and letting us into your head. I hope we don't do any damage. This is a Kiss-related podcast by the board for the board. We hope that you enjoy.
Hey, welcome to episode 154 of the KissFAQ Podcast. I guess who's back?
If you didn't like me the first time, oh well. The second time.
So I'm not sitting in a car today. I'm still sick, but there you go. Can't do anything about mental issues. We have no idea what happened with the audio last episode with Andy. Obviously, I was in a car. I was going off my iPhone for Wi-Fi, and it may be my fault. It may not be. It may be Skype, because Skype is known to screw up people's conversations. Who the hell knows? But you know what? Andy gave us a great recounting of part of the KISS Cruise, and we didn't get to finish it. We kind of capped ourselves at about an hour and really went into the nuts and bolts of the gathering, the shows, and we left a lot of meat on that bird. So, as part of this Thanksgiving week, I wanted to get back with Andy and talk a bit more about the cruise, because you know what? I like fans that are enthusiastic, and I don't think we're going to find anyone who's more enthusiastic about KISS and KISS events than this chap here. So, Andy, welcome back, and thank you so much for taking the time again to talk with me.
Thanks a lot. First of all, I want to say thank everybody who basically said thank you on the engagement. Thank you very much. Also, I want to apologize because I'm usually pretty good on this stuff, and I do not swear. But that thing had, kind of irritating about people coming up to her about the ring thing. So I'm sorry, because usually, I don't usually do that with these things, So
they're not worth the energy. So
yeah, I know. That's the thing. It shouldn't get to me, and that one kind of got to me a little bit too much. So, yeah, I've learned to kind of brush things off. Anyways, where you want to go, Julian?
well, let's start. I'm just actually I went to the KISS Cruise website today. I was like, okay, I'm going to pull up the schedule, and we're going to see what we didn't talk about. And I'm stuck on the price list right now because I'm still thinking. I obviously have signed up for the mailing list for the next cruise, which you
got to get a friend. Get a friend or two. Get friend or two. Three's tight, but 4 is really tight. So actually, we're doing it next year. Kim, my mother's going again next year. Kim's going, and one of Kim's friends going. So we're gonna stuff 4 of us in the cabin next year. So it would be interesting.
Yeah, let me ask you about that. As someone who might be going on the cruise, who's a newbie, what did you get as a cabin? Was it just you and Kim, or did you split out further with another couple, or what was the arrangements that you made?
Yeah, this year it was just Kim and I. This year, the year before was Kim, I, and my mother. The year before that, it was me, Jim Madden, and Mike. I forgot his name. Jeez, I'm terrible. Mike, it was for 2 years before that, and then the year 1 I went with somebody else. So I'll leave it at that. So every year it's kind of been up and down. But like I said, this next year, 2018, we're going to stuff 4 of us, and then we're going to try stuff 4 of us in an inside cabin, which is going to be very tight. But like I said, me personally, and I know Kim, is a KISS fan. She just didn't come on, I didn't turn her into a KISS fan. She's been a KISS fan for a long, long time. So, and my mother's a fan. And the other person that's coming along, she likes KISS and stuff. She's just going to go around for the fun of it and stuff. She's seen how much fun, how much of a blast we've had. So she wants to go try it out. So she's along for the ride. And, the more people we stuff in that cabin, a little bit cheaper it is in the long run, even though it's not cheap. Let's face it. We know that. So that's the price we pay, and that's the price we're going to pay. And you like it or you don't, one way or the other. So, but usually get an inside cabin on deck 9. I know some people go for the real cheapest one on deck 4 or 5. I like to be on deck 9 because it's a weird thing because you end up going up and down either the stairs or the elevator a lot because, you get, if you, especially if you're like me, if you get a merchandise stuff. I mean, I have to grant it, this year they had the pre-merch sale, which was off the hook, finally. You could pre-order it and, everybody order their stuff and you get it at your house or that's how you do it, or you ask somebody else to pick it up. I picked some people's stuff overseas, so they didn't have to go stand in line for hours because, you had to pay for the shipping to get it to your house. And, of course, overseas, it's going to cost them a fortune. So I picked up some other people's stuff, and I just lugged it on my, luggage, man. I'm a nice guy. I do that kind of stuff for certain people who do stuff for me, Comes around, goes around, as they say. So I'm one of those. And So that was the best thing. One of the best things they could have done on the cruise as far as the merchandise. So you don't have to stand in hours because basically Kim and I went into merchandise, I think 2 days later, and just basically walked right in, breeze. And they still had a lot of stuff. It wasn't like totally sold out because everything that I had bought online month and a half before we actually went on a cruise was still there when we got on the ship. So it wasn't like totally sold out. I think they've started to learn that they got to make a little extra to stop the, because a lot of people complain about eBay because stuff goes on eBay like right away. They're selling it for fortune, and is an up and down about it. Some people are like whatever. Say you weren't there and you're a big collector and you want it, you're gonna end up paying the price off of eBay, and then other people complain that they shouldn't be doing that. So it's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? So
what was the merch that you went for this year? What was the stuff that caught your eye?
That caught my eye, everything. I won't lie. No, actually, I'm not a big T-shirt guy on the cruise stuff. Believe it or not, I did buy a T-shirt this year because when you first get on a cruise, there's usually a background. They have a green screen. They usually make something thing. But this year, like I said, they had the statues from, basically from New Orleans. They must have used because they've seen them online, KISS Online stuff. So they used that as the 3D, the sculptures. So that was really different this year. Really cool. Reference, I didn't really dig the T-shirts as much this year. I did like this one called the jellyfish and stuff, and they only made it a woman's, and it was a big protest. I say protest, but trying to get the like a unisex one to make it jellyfish, but they never did it, which I don't understand. They would have sold. I don't know what guy didn't like that shirt. Really, it's so awesome. I wish I had it in front of me. Kim's got one. It's downstairs somewhere. But I wish they had made it to a unisex because I think that was the best shirt. Also. Of course, I'm into the trinket things. I like this stuff. They had now you ask me, now everything's over there on the shelves and stuff. They made I want to go grab everything now that you say that. They made a keychains, like a little anchor, said KK was the thing on, which is pretty cool. They had the hat, they had the flip flops. Again, oh my God, you're gonna kill me now. I can't remember. Geez, that's how bad I can't remember. But basically, I bought all the trinkets.
Right.
Anything they sold. Oh, they had that scarf. We got the scarf free. Well, I wouldn't say free, but that's one of the presents. If you pre-signed up, they sent you a scarf this year. It's a sarong. It's a sarong thing for like chicks. And I was like, this is kind of look goofy, but if you saw, I did a whole thing on every piece of merchandise I bought on my own page. But the sarong thing, man, is really, really cool looking. It's like silky thing. I mean, it's usually women could use it as a scarf thing or whatever they want. I mean, that thing was really, really nice. What else did they have? Jeez, I am losing it. I can't remember. We'll move on. I really can't remember off the top of my head. That's pretty bad.
So I want to ask you about the rooms. Again, you just said that you go for an interior room on deck 9 or so.
Yeah.
How big are the rooms when it comes down to it? Are you obviously this year you're just with Kim. Was that comfortable? Without having two other people in there.
Yeah, Kim and I, it's fine. With two people, it's fine. Depending how much. Well, that's the other thing too. How much luggage you bring. If you bring a lot of luggage, it's still a tight squeeze, but it's fine with two people inside cabin. No problem. You should be all set. I get it inside, but there's no window or nothing, and I don't get an ocean view, which I don't really understand. The ocean view is actually technically further down, and it costs. Some of the ocean rooms cost more than the inside room with no window, which I don't really get it. Because to me, you're not in the cabin that much. You're on eat, sleep. If you do sleep, you don't even eat there. So basically, you sleep. The TV's on basically KISS stuff. When you flick on the channels, there's like 2 or 3 channels that are playing like KISS stuff, and you go to the bathroom and stuff. I mean, really, you're not in the cabin that much. So it's to me, it's not a big deal because I'm not even there. But some people some people want a bigger suite, or they want the balcony room, or they want a window. So I guess it really depends on how you look at your vacation. If you call that a vacation, I don't call the KISS Cruise technically a vacation. I call it Disney World on steroids. You know what I mean? If you've ever been to Disney World, that's what it's like. If you're because you're just running around and stuff. But actually, I thought this year was more laid back in a way. So the schedule was nice and spread out for the KISS stuff. So if you wanted to go to each KISS thing that they had going on, I mean, you might miss another band. If you were kind of interested in the other band, you could just go to the other band. If you missed the KISS thing, you know what I mean? But for me, man, it's all about the KISS stuff. So, if I miss a band, it's just not going to kill me. I'd rather, I'm going to go to see the KISS things. as much as I can. And this year they scheduled them out nicely again. So that's another thing that worked out really good this year. They spaced out everything that you could go see it all if you really want to see every KISS thing or do every KISS thing, or you know what I mean? So that's another props on them this year, right on the money. Because the first couple of years, man, you were basically running. You would like run from one thing to another, or some things would overlap. So you go and then you kind of leave a little early, you know. The Gene and Paul things were overlapping each other the first couple of years. It was insane, you know, and people, you know, complain about it. I mean, let's face it, we pay a lot of money, man. You want to go see, if you want to KISS things, you want to go see everything. So finally they got that scheduled out pretty good now. I like that. So they've been doing good the last couple of years with that. So that's a plus on that. So it's getting better as they go along with this stuff, but it's 7 years later.
Yeah, you know, after 7 years, you think they would have learned the ins and outs and, you know, what works, what the KISS fans do not like, what KISS members, because don't forget that they're an attraction there. And I don't, you know, give them a minute's notice for them saying, well, we're on vacation too. No, you're not. This is the KISS Cruise. You are not on vacation. You are at work.
Yeah. A lot of people say that too. They're like, oh, give the band a break. They're on vacation. No, they're not on vacation. They are getting paid to get on that cruise and entertain you and do the stuff they do. And that's why I never understood. I know people, you know, before they used to do they didn't do it this year. You got a picture taking with the band or without the band, you know, with the makeup on or off. I'm like, why would anybody want the picture without the makeup on? Even if you had it 100 times, make them work. That's what they're getting paid for. Do it.
Exactly.
You know. And how many years could you have gone to see any of them without their makeup, basically for free, and get their pictures taken? Basically in the late 80s and 90s. It was easy, you know what I mean? So getting the makeup on and having a picture with it is a lot tougher than without it, you know?
So I've got one more question about the rooms.
Yep.
Do the rooms have bathrooms and showers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so they all have their own. I thought maybe the cheap ones maybe had a communal one down the hall, a little bit like the Titanic, it's steerage class.
Yeah, no, every cabin's got a bathroom, and it's fine. You know, you get in the shower. I can get in the shower. There's room. They're like, I can spread my hand. You always hear the commercials like those things. Like the old, some of the old ships, like you basically get in, you like twirl. It's like a little circle thing. And some of them used to be like that, but nowadays there's more room. They fixing them. They got they're bigger, and there's the toilet bowl, the sinks. You're fine. It works fine.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
here you are. You're doing your thing for Sixthman right now, trying to sell me on the cruise because that's why I'm asking some of these questions this year.
I would get a roommate though. The roommate thing is definitely helps you cut down on the cost a little bit, and. It all depends. Let's face it. Whoever you have as your roommate, or if you're by yourself, that's where you get your picture with the band. So you gotta, pick your roommate. Be very careful who you pick as a roommate. If it's your friend, it's all good. If you just get because they have a thing where people are looking for roommates. There's somebody made Amy Wolfenstein actually made a Facebook page. Find shipmates something I forgot. She made it up like 3 or 4 years ago because sometimes people actually get on the cruise and they're looking for a roommate so they can cut the cost down a little bit. But then you got to remember that's the person you get your picture taken with the thing. So sometimes people they talk on Facebook for a while, blah blah blah, and this and that, and then I think Six Man has a program where they can actually shoot you with somebody in a room, but then you never know because my friend Mike got. I won't say his last name because, but Mike got last year. Friend Mike, he got this guy he never even knew. We got in a room and he said it was like he said it was very strange. So they were like two personalities. I mean, they're KISS fans, but it was like two way too different paths. So he just went his way for the week. It was his way for the week. You know what I mean? It was kind of weird. He said, so so I would definitely, if you can, get a roommate and hopefully it's one of your friends.
Yeah, that would definitely be what I want to do because.
Oh, your wife.
My wife is not going on a KISS cruise with me. I'll be walking the plank if that happens, and or she'll be walking the plank. One of the two.
You wouldn't believe how many people, either their wives, a girlfriend, or husband or wife, that the opposite one is not really a huge KISS fan at all, or they just gonna go around with them because they love them and then they care and they want to just go. And you believe, but some of those people, by the time they leave that cruise, they're already saying, we're coming back next year, right? Because they met a lot of more nice people because they think they're just going to make insane people like, say, myself, just, oh, my God, I guess. Of course, we talk about KISS stuff and we talk about that, but, you start making relationships, you start making really good friends, from the cruise. You could talk online all you want. You can Facebook tell it, but when you see people face to face, you actually get the reality check of who these people really are, and you actually get the face to face talk to them and find out who they really are. Because some people are online, they're one person one way, and then when you see them face to face, they're a different person. So, and like I said, I've met a lot of great people. I mean, from all over the world too. It's crazy. From all over the world that are fantastic. You know what I mean? And sometimes I wish people lived close to me and they lived close there, but it is, and it's like a little reunion. And once you go, you're not gonna want to stop going. That's the thing. Except for like I said, if you can the money wise, and people say, oh, you're lucky to go on a cruise. You're lucky to go on a cruise. Hey, I don't make millions of dollars every year. You know what? I cut back on things. You look around the room, and you might say, "Oh no, that's bullshit." I tell you, it's not true. It's true. At least spaghetti for a week. You know what I mean? Macaroni and cheese. Do what you got to do. Cut back. Don't if you go out to dinner maybe once a month or you used to go twice a month, you only go out once a month or something. You got to cut back. Think about things. Stuff like that, because that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to, because that's what we do.
Yeah, there was someone who posted on Facebook, actually, they said, this is my job, and, it was a middle-level job, and they said, this is what I have to do every year to do it, and it's no big deal. I do this, I do that, and I cut back on this, and I'm able to do a cruise. What's your excuse? So, here I am. I'm going to throw it out there. So I would look for one person, and there's a lot of people. One person to share a mini suite with, because I'm not going on some interior gulag
mini
room.
Suite. Holy smokes, you're going for broke, huh?
No, if I'm doing a cruise, I'm going to be comfortable, and I will have to sell a few more books. So, oh, by the way, no, I'm not going to go there.
See, in January, right? Vinny, the expo, right? You'll be there selling, aren't you? I'll plug it for you.
I will be there selling, but it might cover my airfare. That's the way it kind of works. Yeah, it's a break-even proposition for me. I will do a special KISS Kruise book if I am able to find someone to partner up, and we'll do something fun. And if you do a gathering, I'll show up at the gathering. And
I told you, Joe and I are working at it. I said that the last time we were working on it, and I told you after we get off a couple of things that I can't say yet. But if things work out for what I told you, the gathering 3 is going to be very interesting. That's all I can say. And I already told you who gave the approval. So if that works out, this is going to be pretty wild. And, that's all I can say for now, because, like I said, Joe and I still work on a couple things. And, until things actually get written in stone and I see paperwork written in stone, then what happens? If it doesn't, if this other thing doesn't happen, because the previous were done at the Holiday Inn, and basically it was free, and everybody just came to the hotel, and people were staying there, people who were not staying there. Like I said, also, it's all, do it at the Holiday Inn. Basically, it's free. People come, they get some special guests. We listen to KISS tunes, and people have drinks and say hi and meet new people, meet your old friends, hang out, this and that, and that's how that goes. But the hotel is, it's basically we take it over. And I had posted again today that basically the hotel basically gave me the rest of their rooms, and there's like 30 left on the 30th, I think, because she just unloaded the rest of the rooms today on me. She's like, Andy, oh my God, here, have them all, because there's a new woman in charge, and she didn't really kind of get it, but now she gets it, because she's talked to some of the employees that have worked there, and they're like, these guys gonna sell the room. So there's only I think there's 30 rooms left on the 30th. There's 10. On the 29th, there's 8 on the 28th, and there's 5 on the 27th. So, I mean, and I'm telling you right now, if you're going to get a room somewhere, you better start looking now. People are like, oh, it's too early. It's not too early, because I'll tell you, Miami's expensive anyways.
Yep.
And if you look, one of the cheapest hotels anyways is the Holiday Inn, right there across from, the everything. It's right there, and it's basically a 5-minute ride. Now I already get the ride set up for $5 a person. They'll come on and just start picking people up, put them in the bus, give them $5 to drive you 5 minutes across the bridge. You're on the, basically on the ship. And I already set that up. So it's $5. It's been $5 now for 3 years, so that's pretty good. So they haven't gone up on the prices, so we've been doing well. And then I'm telling you right now, the prices. I'm just throwing it. This is no lie. You can look at it. The week before on the same days. So I compared the same days, and the week. I didn't even look the week after. For the Holiday Inn at that time, we're running $254 to $282 for a night.
That's like San Francisco.
Yeah, and I don't even know what's going on because the basketball hasn't come out yet because that's the next year's season. So I don't even know if they're playing at home yet and stuff. And I'm getting two doubles for two doubles are 189, a king is 189, and now she released all the queens to me at 175 a night. And that's, I mean, you could go look around. It's just outrageous what the prices are. So I'm telling everybody, I keep warning because people are always coming to me like 6 months from now. Hey, Andy, is there any more rooms? I put up in last year. I put up in January. It's freaking now. It's not even in November. And the first set of rooms,
yeah.
A set of 60 rooms sold out within hours.
You're barely off the boat. I mean, jeez.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the way you got to do it. If you're gonna do this kind of stuff, that's what you have to do. So anyway, there's my Gene Simmons.
Yeah, you know what?
And I don't make
they should be paying you a
so.
commission because I'm like sitting here going, I got to book a hotel now. I don't even know if I'm going. I don't even know I can find someone who can split the price on a suite. And
but you could book the room. It's saving a room. You're not paying for it now. You're basically saving the room. So if you had to cancel, but at least if you get the room, you got it, and if you need to cancel it, you can cancel it within, it's 24, 48 hours. So it's not gonna cost you anything. They just need the card to hold the room. And every year I do the same thing. Keep telling people, but it is what it is. And then people like at the last thing, oh my God, well that's your fault. And I'm telling you, the Holiday Inn right there is in the prime because the mall and all this stuff, Biscayne Bay, everything is right there. All the restaurants, all the shopping. I mean, everything is right there. So that's the hot ticket is right there. I mean, there are other hotels. There's one up the street a little bit more. There's one down the street more. But, it is what it is. If you want just to walk across the street and go everything's there, that's where it is. That's where it is. And I don't get anything for this. Believe it or not. People, you must get – no, I don't get a free rooms. I pay my bill. Everybody can watch me pay my bill like everybody else. Every year I'm like, here's my bill. I pay like everybody else. It's basically just doing it because I'm a fan. I love it when all the KISS fans show up and we take over the hotel and then we end up having the party there.
Well,
but like I said, this year me and Joe are working on something might be just a little bit bigger. That's all. I'll leave it at that. So like I said, we'll find out. Hopefully you'll find out in another. I'm hoping pretty soon.
Yeah, as we lead up to Christmas, leave us some Christmas presents on the way. We spoke last week. You told us all about the gathering. I forgot to ask you one thing. I know you did cups, you did beads, you did all sorts. I think you did wristbands.
I did rubber. Yeah.
Have you done T-shirts yet?
We did. Jeff and I think Jeff and I did T-shirts for 1 year for the Living in Sin, the Holiday Inn. It was kind of the thing, and we did do one actually. I think I did, and it's like the Gene Simmons boot, and it says Living in Sin 2. It's got the Gene boot on it with a face on it. So we did it 1 year, and the thing is too, I do the bar crawl too, and it gets a lot of people, and we do shirts at cost whatever, and I basically the guy does it for me, ships them here. You go through and we check them out. I put the names on every single one and double, triple check, and then I repackage them back up, and then I ship them down to wherever. This year was, New Orleans, and this year I broke the record. It's like 76 shirts. So, doing that too. So, yeah, so the shirt things it's fun, but it can get a little bit crazy because, if I'm off, if I'm off by a size or something, I got to suck it up and see if I can get one in emergency. I had to get one emergency last year. I had to basically, dude, can you do one more? I had to drive. I'm like, I had to drive the guy's house.
Yeah,
So, yep.
All right, so let's talk a bit more about some of the events on the cruise. You got your schedule with you today.
Finally.
Yeah, because I can't even get it on the way back machine. So, let's jump into why don't you pick the events that you want to talk about, and we'll go from there. And I will just interject with inanity in between my beer sips.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go to day 2 because day 1, as you know, is the actually you should say, did I do that? Yeah, because Monday was day. Oh my God! Isn't that pretty bad when you don't even know the days anymore? I get off the ship and one day did the cruise start? Anyway, so I'll go to the Monday, November 6th. Is basically I think where we kind of dropped off at is they had a thing for the Gene Simmons vault where actually you could actually go see the vault. and the guy that's helping Gene sell them or whatever. I think that's. I'm sorry, I forget the guy's name.
His name, by the way, is Keith Valcourt, and he's the Rhino product manager for the Vault. And just to plug another episode that we did, we've just posted the Gene Simmons Vault Cast episode 2, and I was joined by Alan. Kiss in Japan, Alan, who everyone loves to hear on the shows, and we went in. we went through the whole of the Vault presentation and played all the audio that was that they played that day. So check that out on YouTube as well. You went to this, right? What was your impression of it? Did you get to touch the Vault?
Yeah, basically they had it this place called Bar City. It's just a bar, another bar, and then they have like this little section over, and the guy Valcourt was there, and basically there was another guy there that was helping him, and they had actually 2 vaults, and they had them both open. So basically you could go over there and touch the vault. I know how weird it sounds. You could take pictures of the vault. The only thing they wouldn't let you take pictures is the book.
Which everyone took pictures of the book because
they were trying to discourage it as much as possible.
I was getting emails and texts with pictures from the book, and I was like, they're like, don't tell them who you got this from. I'm like, of course I won't, because I've already deleted the message. But that was one of the things I was looking forward to the most. And I want to give a shout out to our buddy Joe Polo of Podcast Rock City, because I saw the picture that he did of all the Podcast Rock City merch that he stuffed in the secret compartment of one of the vaults, and you know what? I thought that was so ace. So here's a shout out to you, Joe, and Podcast Rock City guys. That is the way to be a KISS fan. Take advantage of the situation and promote yourself.
Yeah. Well, here was the thing. The guys were watching. The 2 guys, one went to this one, and this guy, and they're watching and stuff. They let you touch everything else, but the book was kind of like, it was like the holy grail of the vault. It was like, you could look at the book from the outside in, and they would flick it fast, but they would not let no pictures taken of the the vault. The book. And of course, Ken Sharp did the book. So, and basically the vault is like, it's 35 pounds, and it doesn't lock. The spinner spins, and I'm like, how come you guys didn't actually put a lock? Because they said it would be another 25 to 30 pounds. To put the whole mechanism in and stuff, and he just
and also a safety issue. I think was what Keith had also mentioned when we interviewed him.
Thing if somebody couldn't get it open or something happened, and then of course the price probably wasn't even more money. 25 pounds on a 35-pound box already. With everything, plus the packaging and everything else. So I would imagine, it would have gone to like $2,500. You know what I mean? But it was kind of cool. They had a thing, and then the Gene, you want to say action figure. They had like an indentation within, up the top a little bit, and then you had the coin. They let you touch the coin. Coin's like this big, and it's really, you see the pictures online and stuff. You're like, it's okay. But when you actually see it, it actually does really look cool. The whole vault and stuff. And the Gene action figures like this tall or whatever, 12 to 16 inches, and it actually feels like his clothes. They actually made it to feel like that stuff that he's wore, the leather, the jacket he's going like this, and they actually made it feel like the leather, and the pants to feel like the pants. So if you actually feel, it sounds corny, it sounds, but if you actually feel the action figure, it feels like it's real leather and it's a real thing. You know what I mean? So they did put some work into it now.
I am not stroking Gene Simmons' leg on an action figure or in person to see if it feels like Gene material. I am not doing that. I'm not going to touch his butt or or stroke his shoulder. I do not play with dolls.
Well, guess what? I did. Well, the guy's like, do it. The guy's like, feel it. It feels like, it feels like real leather, and it feels like, and the suede pants or whatever it was. And I was like, wow, this is actually pretty neat, And of course, down below is the little secret compartment when they got, whatever you're going to get in.
Thank you. You said down below and went to the secret compartment. I thought you were still talking about the doll there for a minute, so thank you.
That's too good. But I think it's really cool. It is really cool up close. I hope if you get a chance to see it up close, if you're not going to buy it, at least see it up close. And then that's all I can say about it, because you can't open the book and there's a typo in the book. I know about there's a typo in the book.
Yeah, which it's not the final product. It's not been sent out to production yet. So
I don't know. The guy was like, "Oh, there is a typo."
Well, you're talking to someone who really understands typos, And I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you, fans, for pointing out all those.
I put that in the book like that. Oh my God.
Oh no! Well, who wrote it? Paul Stanley?
I don't know, but somebody took a picture of it. I don't know who. That wasn't me, but somebody took a picture of it and showed it. And they're like, Andy, look at this. They thought Christine 16 was on Rock and Roll. And I'm like, oh, typo. And then he told the guy.
As I well know,
oh, it is.
KISS fans are very good at finding typos.
It wasn't me, because I wasn't me because they wouldn't let me touch the book. I'm like, go, put your hands in the air, sir. You can only look.
So when we had Keith on the show, he actually got up and he like shook the vault, and it's really solid, isn't it? So
oh yeah, it's solid. It's made of wood. It's not like a cheesy, like you think it'd be like I don't know, cheesy. You think it's like cheesy. It's not. It's not cheesy. It's real wood and real. The guys were knocking on it, shaking it. I mean, it's sturdy. So I mean, what else can I say about it? If you want to buy it, buy it. If you don't. That's how it goes.
It looks really fucking bulky, and it looks like it's going to be a pain in the ass to bring back from LA. Because obviously, I have bought one, and I have a friend who's going to come down with us to LA and pick up his, and we're going to have to try and fit 2 of those in the car. Which
you're getting one too?
Yeah, I'm a sheep.
Sucking it up, huh?
No, I'm a sheep. Bah.
I'm not. You believe it or not, as much of a collector, I'm not a sheep. He hasn't sucked me in all the way. I don't know what it is. I mean, I would love to have one, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. We'll get on that subject. And then after that, they had the making of the vaults. So basically, they had Gene, the Valancourt guy, and they had Ken Sharp at the theater, and they basically talked about the vault, the 3 of them. And there were questions asked, and then they would play some of the music from it, a little bit into it. And then, of course, Gene would be like, basically shut it off because, you know how it goes. Tease them just enough,
Hey, hey, look at it this way. They're at least teasing. So people who aren't able to do it, or who don't want to do it, or who are just not interested in it, here, you get to hear a little bit of it, because obviously we do shows on it and we play all the audio because someone's always got a tape recorder running. And they've shared The Hand of Fate, the whole track up on Ultimate Classic Rock now. So you're getting to hear some of it. And they played Christine 16. They played Tunnel of Love. They play Gene got on guitar at the end, didn't he? And he did See You Tonight and My Uncle Is a Raft. So they played it.
And they also played a song that, like, I think the last podcast talked about, man. They played a song that Gene wrote that Ace demanded to sing. And Gene played like most of it at the making of the vault. And I'll tell you, I'm figuring it came from Psycho Circus.
Yeah, in your face.
And I'm telling you, and I have no idea why that song was not put on the album. It is killer, and it's just not because I'm an Ace fan. It is, people were just like this when they heard basically almost the whole song. It's a killer. It's so good, So
Well, here's the thing with that song, because some people don't quite realize it. That was actually the bonus track that was put on the Japanese edition. And I don't know which version of it they're actually putting on the Gene Simmons Vault, whether it's one that Ace changed the lyrics to, or it was the original lyrics, whatever. So it's still an Ace Frehley 1998 Psycho Circus track, which is, badass.
It is.
What that album could have been. I mean, how exciting is that? And Ace singing a Gene song. That's really cool. That's really you said it all.
Yeah, I mean, the whole audience is just like, they're like, hey, Gene's like, oh, how'd you like that? And everybody was going nuts. I mean, it was so good. It was just like, look at it, go, wow, how can this not cut on an album? It's crazy. So, anyways, like you said, he plays some dividend and he's taking questions, and then so he goes, well, how many songs in the vault? And now it's the big joke. Now, if you go to see Gene or something, or Gene says something about the vault, people start yelling, how many songs are? And at least 150, because at least because he's saying at least because 150, because there's an extra. I don't know, I think there's an extra 10 songs snuck in there, and he didn't want anybody to know, but somebody found out because during the Q&A, somebody says, you know too much. I pointed at the audience and said, you know too much. So I think there is actually more than 150 songs.
Yeah, there is. You know, there is an 11th disc, and it's clear in the book, you know, that the very last track, and, you know, again, go listen to the show that I did with Alan. We really went into a little bit more depth on it. You know, the last song on the box is My Uncle Is a Raft, which is not listed on any of the prospective track listings of the CDs. But also remember this, that none of that is finalized. They may well change things around. Who knows? You know, nothing's carved in stone. They may take a little bit of feedback from all these things that have gone around and juggle things up. You know, it has not gone into production. So, you know, what I'm getting out of you as someone who was there is, again, the excitement that you got to hear. I mean, you got to hear Eskimo Sun being played while Gene Simmons up on stage and Ken Sharp sitting there. I mean, fucking hell, Ken Sharp, I have a great deal of admiration for. I love the guy. I love what he's done for us, his interviews, his research, his writing, and, you know, having met him, he's a really awesome guy. What's your phrase?
Very, very quiet.
Wicked awesome.
Yeah, he is. He's a really, really nice, laid back, nice and quiet, you know. That's the way he is, and, you know, he does some killer work. That's all, you know. What can you say about the guy? He does some awesome work. You know, he's I don't know, that's all you can say about it.
Hey, you know, I like to always...
He's got so much talent, it's unbelievable.
Oh,
the guy writes books, sings, can play, does his own albums. I mean, jeez. Sometimes you're like, how did that happen? You know, these people get all this talent in one hand. Yeah, I got all this.
Yeah, New York Times best-selling author Ken Sharp, musician, has opened for, you know, now the late David Cassidy, has, you know, recorded music with Rick Springfield. Holy shit, I mean, you know.
Done all kinds of crazy stuff, great stuff. Oh, all right, so I'll just keep going. I'll see what to do.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, you can see now if you're into other bands, you know. I mean, let's say I'll just go down and from that Monday, you know, Extreme played. If you like Extreme from the 80s, Extreme was there.
I love Extreme. You know, what about you? Did you go and see them, and what's your take on them? Because you're from that neck of the woods, so I'm going to put you on the spot.
It's kind of funny. We took the plane home ride with them too, basically. They were on a couple of the guys were on the plane home, basically. You know, we pulled in. Yeah, you know, it was kind of funny. So we, I saw the drummer, and you know, before we left New Orleans, I'm like, hey,
who's the drummer? Is that Pat Badger?
It's a new guy. It's not the original. I think he's the only one, and I didn't realize it. You know, it's been a while since I've seen Extreme because they just disappeared at one point. You know, in the '90s, they're pretty much gone. And I was like, hey, dude, this is you know, good shows. And this, he goes, hey, does this happen every year? And I go, what are you talking about every year? This KISS Kruise thing. I'm like, yeah, this is the 7th one. He goes, how many you been? I said, I've been on all 7. He goes, wow, man, that was pretty good. He goes, we'd like to go back. And I'm like, well, maybe, you know, I don't know how it all works out, you know.
I'm like, you know, if they can, KISS Kruise VIII, guys, I love Extreme. And
the funniest thing, too, I asked them, I say, hey, because they're from around, you know, I don't know if they're all of them around from the area now, but you know, when they grew up, they came, and I said one of the early gigs they played at my high school.
Shit.
Like, I no lie, they played at my high school in 1984.
When you were there?
I was there.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I was a freshman. I was a freshman in high school in 1984, and I'm like, and they're like, hey, this band called Extreme is going to come play the hall or whatever, you know, the place where you go, you know, have whatever the meetings, and you see the regular band and the high school band and stuff, and the, you know, theater act stuff. That's what they played. It was like, I don't know, I think it was like $5 for a ticket.
Wow.
This new band called from Boston, they called Extreme.
Yeah, I just want to say on Extreme that most KISS fans will know Kiss My Ass that you know, they did Strutter, I think it was.
Strutter.
You know,
yep.
Most music fans will know More Than Words or Get the Funk Out. Screw all of that. Go get a copy of Extreme 3. From start to finish, that is one of the most underrated albums of the era, in my not so humble opinion. And Nuno, incredible guitarist. Gary gets bashed because of the Van Halen thing that didn't quite work out. Wrong freaking band. Go get, you know, Extreme 3. Great band. Yep. Very, very talented singer and guitarist, and that's where it is. So, Cool stuff.
Yeah. And then during the night, if you they had the Now, this is one of the things that, each band member does a thing. This is the second year Big Gene's done this. It's called "Are You Smarter Than a Rock God?" And I'm telling you, it's Gene. So it's so funny. Some people are like, but when you go to see Gene sitting there in his throne chair, going against three people on the other side, and they have questions lined up, science, theater, whatever it is, and then the KISS questions. It is so funny because no matter what, Gene's got something to say about everything, and you just sit there and you go, and I have a friend who lives up the street from me. He's not a KISS fan and all that stuff like that, but we were, still good friends. He is like Gene. He has like so much useless knowledge. It's funny. But he's such a great guy. And he's so funny because, you look at the movie like A Christmas Story, right? And he's like, hey, and that car back, it was built in, when it snowed, see the snow at the end of the movie, it wasn't really snowing. They were blowing the snow to make it snow because it was just freezer. I mean, he has, like all this useless knowledge, but it's funny. And that's the way Gene does the same thing on Are You Smarter Than Anything? Because he'll answer questions before the other guys. They'll be like, it's their turn. But the funniest thing, sometimes Gene actually gets more of the KISS things wrong than he does like the science, the monster, the horror stuff. I mean, oh my God.
He's not going to get the monster or horror stuff wrong ever, or comics.
Oh my God. He keeps going on and on and on. And the guys from 6 Man going, are you done yet? Are you done? Kidding around, it's all in good spirit, And Gene could just like basically crush everybody. I think he kind of lets it go after a little bit, like, okay, let them have a chance, It's funny. And then if he doesn't get a question right, he goes, no, sir. And then this year he's like pulling out his phone. He's like, see, I told you, this is what this is. You know what I mean? So don't I get a half a point? So he kids around. It's like he's like a comedian sitting in his throne chair. He's like laid back, and he's like, yeah. He's just like, with the sunglasses. He is. He's just kind of laid back.
It's the right conversation for Gene. Confrontational and also diarrhea of the mouth. Any opportunity to.
But it's funny. It's this funny thing. It's a great time. It's a funny, great thing, and it's just the way it is. It is hilarious.
You're selling it right now because the look on your face says it all. That it goes down well with the audience because it's a good laugh. It does, and he's where he should be, doing the sort of thing that he should be. He's not too serious. He's having fun, and he's maybe got a little bit of a script to go from, but he's able to go where he wants.
People gasp. They're like. Because sometimes he'll go on, especially with the horror stuff. He'll keep going on, and this one laid off, like the tree. He just keeps going off on the tree, this, and this, and you just gotta go, holy smokes, man! You wouldn't even know if he's right or wrong, anyway.
Yeah, horror. I'd be totally lost. I'd be like,
yeah, no, but it's funny. He makes it in a good, funny way. So you definitely, if he does it again next year, which I think he will, it's hilarious. It is really, really funny, and so that's with that. There was a band called Hard Day's Night, which is a Beatles tribute band. Yes. And Kim does like the Beatles. I'm like lost. I don't get it. I've never been a huge Beatles fan. I don't get it. I guess it's like a KISS thing. If you either get it or you don't. I've never been like the big Beatles fan, but she is. We went to go see him. I didn't mind it. Those guys, I'll tell you right now, though. I'll be honest, though. If I close my eyes, they sound like the Beatles. If you open your eyes and look at them, they look like the Beatles. And then they would go change because they would go from the suits and from one album, whatever, and then they come back and they would put on the Sgt. Pepper thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Like one guy would sing and the other three would scurry off, going back room, come back out, and they would, you know what I mean? So they would like change costumes, change suits and change whatever to go with the music. So, I mean, if you're a Beatles fan and you like I'm telling you, if you are a deep Beatles fan, the Hard Day's Night was all money for you. I'm telling you right now, a lot of people love them. Probably a lot of people are going to want to see them back.
Yeah, you know what? With a guy with very strong Liverpool connections that I have, my mom and dad were courting during the Beatles era in Liverpool, so that's 1961. My mom, her stepfather was the mayor of Wallasey, which is just across from Liverpool, and I used to drink in places that the Beatles played, clubs like that. I would fucking love just to sit back and see a Beatles tribute band, because I love every Beatles album up to Rubber Soul. Those are my albums, the earliest ones. After that, it's hit and miss. Sgt. Pepper's is obviously a work of art, but White Album I can't stand. Abbey Road is hit and miss, and you're probably like, well, I don't know what the fuck's on either of those. So, you know, I would really dig it just because, again, you know, my sister was born in Liverpool and went to university there,
I mean,
and I got to spend so much time.
You'd really enjoy them if you were a Beatles fan, point blank. It was like no getting around it. It was like, you know, it was like,
you know, we're
a really good Kiss tribute band. If you saw it really, and you're like, oh my god, these guys really look like them. They really sound. The Hard Day's Night was like on the money, big time on money. The hair, the whole 9 yards. And I'm not even a Beatles fan. I'm like, okay, I listen to music. I got along with, you know, I'm saying, you know, Kim's, you know, Beatles fan too, and I'm serious. I'm like, they were good though. It wasn't bad at all. So it was very enjoyable. I had no problem with that.
Just don't do a Rolling Stones tribute band, please, because that's fucking South.
I don't even think I've ever heard of a Rolling Stone tribute band. That would be kind of interesting.
Thank God for that. Yeah.
Thank God for that.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's Aerosmith.
Oh yeah, we don't go there with me. Good God, no. There's another band called the Kai. They're like a funky, weird band. That's all I can say. I can't even explain them. Even other people couldn't explain them.
What were they doing? Were they doing their own material, and was it just one of those things?
And then they had some mix in, like that song "Gold on the Ceiling," and I'm like, okay, that's when I kind of lost it. And I'm like, okay, this is not my kind of thing. But they had their own stuff, but it was really kind of funky in a way. So that's the only way I can explain it. It was kind of a different, but I understand they want different things for different kind of things.
Hey, you know that's cool, and it's good to get bands like that on to fill in the space, because you know what, you may discover something you like, you may be like, that ain't working, and move on, and you know, it's all good. If you make a discovery, if it works, fine. If it doesn't, well, you know, they won't get invited back for KISS Kruise VIII, and they filled some space, so it's all good.
And then, you know, they brought back the Big Rock Show, which is the 80s, basically cover band, and they are wicked good. So not only that, two of the guys that are in the Big Rock Show are actually in the Gene Simmons band, the two blonde-headed guys.
Yeah,
so it's a really kind of like little thing of a jig. So those guys are always fun. They play everything in the 80s. They go up and down. They play. There's so many songs they could do and play. So they're really, really good. So there's, you know, and they're always asked to come back. And I can understand why. You know, most of us are in that generation. You know, most of us went through the high school in the 80s or whatever. So, you know, there's been no 90s technically band yet on a cruise. So
let's keep it that way. No grunge.
There's been no grunge
flannel.
Bands, and let me see what else. So let me see what other. All right, so we'll move on to Wednesday, which is.
Oh shit! So that was all Tuesday, was it?
That was just like all Tuesday. Well, there's one other band in Steel Panther, which everybody knows about Steel Panther, and Sophie played too. Sophie did her own thing. But if you're
I did see a video of Sophie. I did not make it through it, but you know.
Yeah, I mean that's how she
again.
is.
You either get it or you don't, and that's no criticism of Sophie. It's just that the music that she does is not to my taste, and that's
she's not heavy. That's what it is. She's more of a pop singer kind of thing, and that's her style. That's her range. That's her thing, and it's all what it is. You know what I mean?
That's fine. Good luck to her. Simple as that.
Yeah. That's all there is to it. Let me see. There's so we'll go to Wednesday. When was Wednesday? Wednesday, you know, of course, we are in Costa Maya for the day, for most of the day. And then, of course, when we get back on, there's a band called the Biters. They're pretty good. They basically do their own stuff. They're a rock band. They kind of look like this, like 60s kind of look, 60s, late 70s kind of look, but they are heavy. Yeah, so people should go check them out. They're actually not that bad. They're pretty good. So they're they do their own stuff and stuff like that. They're not bad though. They look like rockers now. You know, most of the rockers, basically they're shaving their heads off nowadays, and they don't even look like rockers anymore. These guys starting to, yay, thank you. I hope it's starting to come back. You can't tell. Sometimes you couldn't even tell what a rock star looked like compared to what the regular Joe Schmo is. You know what I mean? It's just kind of weird.
And you know what? Gene Simmons is totally right on that. If you're going to play the role, you should be the role. You shouldn't be wearing some flannel, getting up there on like you just walked off the street. You should look like a rock star. Yeah.
And then now this is so the Costa Maya basically on the Wednesday was. Oh my God, I get confused with the. Let me see. Is this simulcast 2 or is this? See, because if you went to show 1, you get your picture taken on night 2.
Right.
You go to show 2, you get a picture on night 1. So we had night 1 picture, and they were delayed, as we talked about the other day. They were delayed. Something was going on. Gene ended up taking the boots off. I don't know if they were broken or his feet were killing him. Or
seasickness or something.
I don't know.
Doesn't
People
matter.
Complaining they had the boots on. Who gives a shit? The only thing I wish they do is they give you more time. It's not to talk to them. I think that's the part of the reason why they push people through so fast and they grab you and they just say, move it. Next. Is because I think people start wanting to talk to them. And they can't do that. And if people would learn not to do that, it give you the 5 seconds. Literally, I'm telling people, you just basically walk in there, turn. If you even look at my picture, and I'm like right at Gene going, "Hey man, there's the man," and I'm already turning as I'm walking towards him, and I only got to this far. You can see the picture. The picture came out fine, but I didn't actually turn all the way. I wish they give us an extra 5 seconds to actually turn. And even the guys in the pictures, even the band, it's like you could hear it say, picture, in one of my pictures, Eric's looking it's
yeah.
They need a couple seconds to focus,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's whether you're on the ship doing it or whether you're doing a meet and greet these days. Here's Reno, which is the last one I did, obviously. And, it was a cattle call. You're lined up. You're basically pushed on, flash. They at least took 2. And that's why I got the great one of them looking at my T-shirt, and then one of them, and Tommy's not ready. It's so fast. It's it really isn't. There should be that extra second at least that they say set, so that everyone can look at the camera.
They say something, but it's just too fast.
It doesn't
even
work.
I'm literally walking in because they're this year because they were running a little late. Usually this the little wall black curtain. The pre-walk in, and then usually you have to stay at the curtain so you can kind of looking at what's going on, and sometimes they looking at who's the next person, but this year their person, but we were right there, so we were actually watching the people in front of us having their picture taken, but it's like that.
Yeah.
But literally, it's so fast.
And I don't know how to advise.
1,200 people got to cattle through, plus whoever else they get. Whoever. I don't know if this.
Maybe they have to split it up into 4 for those, because, when we did Reno, there were 75 people at the meet and greet. So that's 75 people. Then they had people from the venue, those special guests.
Yeah.
So, it was 150 at the end of the day. And to try and get through all of those people and, get the pictures taken. And they made it very clear, how it was going to be. There was a guy who, before you went home, was saying, you're going to go, you're going to stop, you're going to take your picture, you're going to get off. But Gene obviously stopped to look at the T-shirt to make sure it wasn't something, some bootleg or whatever, was on his mind. They should have someone who's taking care of all of that so that when you get in front, they can say, just take that extra moment. Jeez. Just like any picture, let everyone know the picture is happening so that Tommy's not looking off into the distance. Eric isn't, whatever, and
and I also say to this, it's the last couple of years is Gene. When you first walk in, it's Gene, Eric, Paul, Tommy's at the end. I wish they switched that. I wish they put Eric at the end for me personally because Eric is short. Kim stands next to Paul, and I end up standing next to Gene, or I go the other side and sit next to Tommy because I cannot stand almost in front of Eric because Eric gets covered, and I like to have the picture. With, I like to see the suits too, not just the faces. I like to get a lot of the suit in as much as I can. That's part of the experience, But or that they need to get them on a taller boxes. They need a bigger platform, so they're actually like that, and we're this much. We're 3 or 4 feet down. Make them super tall. You know what I mean? So you actually kind of. But I don't know with the, depending on the night, how the ship is moving, because the ship's still moving at the same, so.
You explained that last week. And you know what, here's one area of maybe criticism, these meet and greet photos have changed. Back in 2003, when they were first done, it was a very slow process. Yeah. And obviously, as the numbers of people going through them have increased, they've had to increase the pace. I think this is one area that KISS could really sit back go in with the band and try different scenarios. I think this is one area that they really need to work at, because a photograph, when you're dropping, several thousand coins, is a very important memento from the occasion, even if it's only a small part of the whole KISS Cruise experience for people. They got to get it right. They got to make sure that the backdrop arm is not hanging down in the photo.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, wow. I never knew.
I criticized that last week. They got to make sure that those little things do not happen. They have to make sure that all 4 members of the band are looking at the camera when the picture is taken. It can be a neutral expression. I think they just need to go back and work on that one area in particular, because I've seen some pretty bad pictures posted from people, and that's all they've got. It's not as bad as the one of me with my meet and greet with Gene in Edmonton, where I'm like sideways saying thank you. And it's like, what the fuck were you doing, cameraman? Because you told me okay, you flashed while I'm looking at you doing an Ace Frehley thumbs up. Where's that fucking picture? It's important. It's the one thing you can really show for your money. It's like, here's my picture with Kiss. Yay!
Yeah. Well, and I'm glad, the KISS Cruise thing has changed since year 1. Mama, I don't know if you remember year 1 when they did. You basically took your picture with the band with like 7 or 8 other people. You didn't even know. Yep. Whoever's standing in line, that's where your picture was. And of course, the whole band is just covered up. So they've gotten better. And then of course they only took 1 picture back then. Now they're up to 2. So I'm glad that you actually get 2, because if the first one bombs, that's all you're gonna get. There's no retakes. It's not like a thing. You can't go, oh, I don't like this picture. You know what I mean? Or maybe. I don't know if they could do that. I see there's so much stuff. Maybe they don't have time to do it. I say, if there's a way, they could go through the picture, or you sent your picture somehow, so you could maybe see it on the TV or something that same night. And if it looks like really bad, I'm not talking about, oh my God, my piece of my hair is out of the frame, but I'm talking about if the guys are like, or you're just like all of a sudden you're turned like the wrong way, that you could, get a thing saying, oh my God, can I have a retake the next night, or something to get a retake? I don't know how that would work. It'd probably be too much confusion. People would try to rip off and say, I want another picture just to get another picture. And I don't know if people keep it up with it. Is people like I said, those are the people in your cabin, those are the people you're supposed to have the picture with. It's every year people sneak. They do oh, my cabin mate didn't show up. Oh, I'm by myself, and they have their picture taken alone. Then you see them with their cabin mates. There are their cabin mates having their own separate pictures, and that's what happened this year. And I guess all hell broke loose with some security guards and 6-man and people like cheating and doing all this stuff. And of course, it blows up on media. What are you gonna do? It's always gonna happen. Whatever. I just there's a way, if there was like a bad, like you said, like you're having the picture, if you were like turned this way and he took a picture, you mean to tell me they couldn't okay, this guy really, this person really needs to have it retaken, pay all that money should have a retake. I would agree, but I don't know how they would do it.
Yeah, because for again, I don't want to harp on about the thing, because I enjoyed the whole Gene thing. Apart from having that picture, it looked like shit. I came in, I looked at Gene, said, "Hey, Gene." I turned around, posed the camera, said, "Are you guys ready?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I had multiple flashes going off at me. Yeah. I said, "You got it?" And they gave me the thumbs up, and I moved on. I was cognizant of the fact that they wanted to cycle through a large line of people. I happened to be the number 1 person in line, which probably, just torpedo things. But, here's, again, let's not harp on about the photos.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can only beat on it so much.
Yeah, but here's one area that I think they can look at, because if they got people who are trying to game the system and screwing things up for everyone else, those people should end up with no picture.
That's been kind of stated by people on the cruises group, saying that, hey man, you can see them in the picture.
Else.
Yeah, well, you can see them in the picture by themselves, and they have cabin mates. But who's gonna do the security? Kick them off? You can't come back on the next
there should be security. There has to be security there to be the bad guy for KISS and say, "What do you mean you're on your own? How about you go back in line?"
Well, they do. They look at your card and they're like, "How many people?" And they're supposed to check you before you even enter the thing. And then when they finally caught on this year again, they pulled one girl out and they basically said, "Go get your cabin mates. You're not getting your picture till your cabin mates are here." And that's why I said, people will cheat until they get caught. And that's how it's going to be. It's going to happen. And that delays everything else for the rest of the pictures, and it keeps going on and on.
And then they fall behind schedule, and then they start rushing, and everyone else ends up with a less experience.
Worse and worse. I mean, why wouldn't you want to go with your cabin mates in the first place? I don't understand that.
Well, because everyone wants their one picture of just them with Kiss, because it's Kiss. But, commandment number 1, thou shalt not be a dick. You don't need 10. You only need 1. It covers them all. Don't be a dick.
Yeah,
Easy.
I don't know. People are gonna do what they're gonna do. That's all I can do.
Yeah, because you know what? People are dicks.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to something.
Yeah, I know. Let me see. And of course, they have Kiss karaoke almost every night of the cruise.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, it has. I'm not gonna lie. It has faltered the last couple of years. It's not as intense as the first couple of years. Because the first year, nothing can ever replace the first year of the Kiss Cruise because it's all new. So we'll just get over that. The thing is that he used to do it, and they called it in the Bliss Room. And the Bliss Room's got like this gothic, dark, almost vampires. They got beds, and they got couches and chairs and tables, and it's like smaller. It was all, and it's dark, and they do karaoke. It'd be singing, dance. It didn't matter how shitty you were because nobody picked on you because everybody just wanted to sing and have a good time.
It's all it should be.
And what's her name? Jesus, I'm going to forget her name. And she has all the karaoke songs you can. I mean, she still searches for them. Oh my God, I can't believe her name now. It's going to kill me. She helps Paul out do stuff with Keith and stuff. I forgot her name, but she volunteers to do the karaoke every year. She volunteers to do it.
Oh, Jill.
Jill, thank you.
Catalano.
Thank you. Yes, and you got to give her a shout out because she does. This is her vacation, her supposed vacation like the rest of us, but she volunteers to do this, and she does it, and she's got these songs that you would even think of trying, and it's awesome. And some of them is like the worst versions ever of a song, and it's so funny, but it's such a good time. But, now that the Bliss Room has been taken over by the merchandise, they put it in the Spinnaker Lounge, which is, it's more wide open and stuff like that, and it has changed over the years because people used to get up all dance together and sing and stuff. But now it's more spread out. People have their singers, and we used to get up and bring you like fake, air guitars and things, and like do the solos, run out. Some people out do the solos, and it's kind of not. It's not like that as much anymore. It's kind of a bummer. I wish you'd go back to that kind of feeling. It's like the theme nights. They had some killer theme nights this year. Love Gun, Animalized, Psycho Circus. It's great. Dress to Kill. And there was a lot of people not like dressing up and doing that stuff, and it's kind of a bummer. That's kind of like going down, and that's kind of a bummer too because that was a big part of the whole Kiss thing. And they used to have like like a parade kind of thing. Well, next year is going on Halloween, so I would imagine Halloween night is going to be massive, and people really love dressing up on Halloween.
If they send emails to people letting them know that these theme nights are serious.
Yeah, they should be there. I mean, like I said, when I dressed up as a clown, there's a lot of people not even dressed up the whole night. And they're like, "What the hell is this guy doing?"
You know what? Then
what a Looney Tune. Then some people are like, "Oh yeah, it's Psycho Circus night." Now I get it. You know what I mean? I'm like, really?
Do they offer prizes?
I think. Well, when they had the contest, when 6 Men had the official contest, people walking in.
They should have people going around saying, "Oh, great costume! Here's like a $25 whatever."
I think they did walk around last year.
You got to bribe people, especially those flying in from other countries who may just be coming with their bare minimal essentials. Rather than
I understand that. It's tough.
Persuade them that they want to, participate in. Psycho Circus night. Well, dress up.
I think they did last year, but the thing was, they didn't have like a technically official where you walk through. Everybody went to a thing. Everybody paraded and everybody got to see if they wanted to watch. They didn't really have that. I think last year they went around and they gave people stuff.
Now you got to make it. You got to make it more random than that some guy from the crew just he's got like a certain amount of ticket book and that he can hand out tickets to people for being cool Kiss fans on the cruise.
Yeah.
So you never know when it's coming. You never know if it's going to happen. But if you're in the spirit of the Kiss cruise, whether you're dressed up, whether you're being a good Kiss fan, partying and getting other people in, having a great time, you get a little reward, baby.
Yeah. The only one I understand is the last night of the cruise because you have to have your luggage. If you wanted to have it checked, you have to have it out by 1 o'clock in the morning. So you have to have your luggage, basically, if you want your luggage to be checked, if you want to lug it off yourself, basically you have to have it outside your cabin by 1 o'clock so they can bring it down, and so if you're dressed up and stuff, which one year I dressed up, I had a whole suit on, and I totally forgot, and I had to run back, and I basically had to beg the people down at the thing at 3 a.m. in the morning. Oh my God, I forgot to put my luggage out. Can I put it out? They're like, you're like 3 hours late. I'm like, please, because I had a ton of luggage, and they're like, do it now. And I'm like, I'm running right now with the suit on, had Ace boots on. I'm like, because I don't want to be lugging my luggage off, plus that stuff. It was too much. So I'm like, so I can understand the last night of the cruise, people not really wanting to dress up too much, But the other nights, man, I would, that's why I said if the first couple of years, if you were there, or people got videos or the old videos, if you see videos, it's just like, it's exploded, people. Like I said, the first couple of years, I could count on my two hands, like 10 people that weren't even wearing a KISS shirt. Now I walk around and I'm like seeing people, like tons of people not wearing KISS shirts. I'm like, what is this? What's going on? I don't really kind of understand it. It's like the first couple of years was like, I think really like people like, I don't want to say all diehards and not the diehards, because there's diehards on there too. But I think it's turned to more of a casual thing now. I can't explain it. I still love it though. I still go. It's not like I don't want to go, but it just, some of the times it feels kind of weird. So, but KISS karaoke's always still fun. You always see some people that have a blast. And what are those things? Metchin and her husband and they had made these things, and they go yep 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 yep. There's some old thing, and they yellow, green, blue, orange, and stuff, whatever. And they had big mouths, and they go yep yep yep. Telephone. It's from I don't know if it was from Sesame Street. I forgot the damn names of them. But anyways, they had these big costumes on. You gotta go online. You gotta find it. Her husband, he's underneath. He's one because he had the yellow one. So they had all the icons on it. He had a Vinny icon because of the yellow one, and he's singing "I Still Love You" as yip yip in the big mouth. Yeah, I love you, and he's shaking it, going. It's hilarious. So I mean, you can find the fun if you want to find the fun, if you know what I mean. So that's always good. Actually, too, since we're going through this, and of course, every night you're roaming around all day, and then you come back to get either changed or take a shower or get ready, and you never know what's going to be in your room. So you always stay in your room. So like this year they gave us you get like this year's like one of these little cards, say, "Hey cruisers, get ready to party, yada yada," and then like the next night it says, "Hey cruisers," and you got these things, and the thing this is one thing that gets me. Well, actually, they gave us two, which I'm sure. No, they gave us one, maybe. Oh, they actually gave us two. They had an official guide. It's like an official guide. It's like a little booklet. It tells all the bands who are on it. Derek St. John. It's like it's a nice look. It's a nice colored brochure. I love these things, man. It's like, and this is what gets me though, this year, and last year too. It pisses me off is that they give you one of these on your outside of your cabin there's your number, and it's like a little slot, and they put these things in them unless they go in your cabin. But most of the time they put like these, and they give you one per cabin per day. So I'm a KISS fan, so I want one, right? So I have Kim, who's a KISS fan. She wants one. Well, they give you one. What the hell is that? That pisses me off still to this day. You pay your $2,000. She pays her whatever $2,000. I'm just saying, you pay your $1,000 or $1,500.
There should be the number of occupants. Yep.
You ask the guys who clean your room and do your room, because they're the ones who take care of all that stuff, and they've been like now punished or told, oh no, you can only have one. They're only given X amount, and they can't, or they get in trouble. They can't like slide because they've been told no. And they will. They get in trouble. So every day you get one of these, either on your outside of your slot or your cabin, one of these things, and they give you one like every day. This year they gave out one of these. One tells you what's going on for the day, just if you want to remind it. I mean, it's just like a little thing. I mean, it sounds stupid. It's a piece of paper, but as you paid your money on a cruise, you should each get one, point blank. And like I said, they give you one for each day. And also, actually, when you go get your key card, when you key card you in, I don't have my key card. That's one thing they bring. When you get your key card, and when you actually go the first day you get on the ship, they have these when you go get your key cards. It basically shows you the ship, the layout, and what's going on for the day. And these are the things you want. You paid your money. I know it might sound a little bit dumb in ways, but when you're like a collector is one thing, collector is another thing. You paid your money, you should get one. Each person should get one, you know. And even like this is when you get your picture taken, they give you a little card. This one's purple this year, a little card. So Kim got the card, and then this year they actually gave out picks. They gave out 6-man picks. They gave her a set of 6-man picks, you know, purple, green, blue, and actually I didn't get one. So I was like, wow, she didn't tell me till after we left. She goes, hey, I got this card. I'm like, yeah, we need that because that's where because it says you are in group number 9. That's where you can find your picture with your band when they put them out 2 weeks from now online. So it's a lot easier to find it. But this year they gave out 6-man picks in a little bag. She got it. I never got one. I don't know why. I asked them. I sent a message, but I don't know if they have any extra or not. But if they don't, it's not going to kill me. So, anyways, and then also like you go to Cosmel. There's one of these, and sometimes they put them in your room. It's like a little brochure. It tells you about Cosmel. You're like looking at it. It's like it's not really a big deal because it's just telling you about Cosmel. Well, when you look inside of it, you never know. See, it says rock and roll night and party and relax every day. They're trying to get you to, to do their massage things. If you decide to stay on a ship and not get off the ship, decide, they're trying to give you deals. They'll give you better deals if you want. There's kind of massage things and stuff because that. And then look at this. Kiss you through on the collar. See, this was inside the brochure. So if sometimes you got to like pay attention to these things. But the problem is, they only give you one. It's like irritating. And like I said, they give you the same thing with Cosmel, Costa Maya, they gave you one. And then you look inside and, it just tells you where you can go shopping and stuff, but then you never know. You might say something KISS in it, and as the collector wise as like me, and being on the cruise, you want everything.
Okay, so, I'm going to jump in right there and say, as a guy who collected tour itineraries, every single person who buys a ticket for the cruise, so that means not just per room, should get a nice bound itinerary with every single one of those in it, rather than sticking them in the door. Well, the thing is, they might change. That's the problem. Problem, Julian. Is they change. Something might happen. Like one night they had to change the schedule because of we had rain. It was going to be rain and stuff. So all the shows that were outside on the pool deck had to be moved. So basically, they had to change things, so they had to change things at the last second. So sometimes they pre-print. Okay, so back in the 1970s when you traveled, you would get a nice binder with your whole itinerary in it, and KISS is a band from the 70s. And yeah, shit changes, in which case the number of people in a room is the number of those that they should be sticking in the door. If
Correct.
there's 2 people, there should be 2. If there's 4 people in the next room, there should be 4. If there's 3 next door, 3. It's not that difficult. It should not be 1 per room. They should all be like pre-punched with to go in the binder that they give you at the beginning. So here's the change, just like all those tour itineraries, which often had changes made to them, that they would just punch in a new page.
Yeah,
because that would make a very nice collectible at the end of each one of these cruises, with like little plastic pouches for you to keep your your number 9 card for picking up your photos, or your pics, or lanyards, so that you could all have it in one. I mean, if you buy a car, it comes with often a car comes with a nice little leather thing with a magnetic clip on it that keeps your instructions, your warranty, and all that other shit in it.
But now saying like if you get on a cruise, right, and you get somebody, you get a roommate, right, and the roommate wants the stuff too, and you want the stuff. Now you're in the dilemma, like who's gonna get that maybe that only one piece of paper for the day. And that's when it gets scary. I'll admit it. That's when it gets a little nervous for me. Kim doesn't mind. She's like, well, you can have it anyway. She goes, I love KISS and I love, but she goes, she's with me anyways. But she's like, if it really came down to it, she's like, you can have the paperwork. She goes, I know you're more into doing that stuff, and she loves the music and everything else, but she'll take the product stuff, but she's like, with paperwork like that, she's like, you can have it. But I mean, there are other people like, oh my God.
Now you've just explained it to me, so that when I'm looking for a cabin mate for my mini suite, we will arrange that all in advance, because you know what? I don't give a fuck about any of that accoutrements. I don't care. The only things I'm interested in when I go on the cruise is, number 1, I'm on the cruise. Number 2, I'm going to go to a show.
Well, here's the other thing too. What happens next too, which kind of is scary, man, is because, like I said, when they put the things on the outside of your cabin, if they don't put them, because sometimes at nighttime they'll put it inside your cabin. so you have them, so you don't even have to worry. But
so
you don't know that.
So that KISS fans don't go around stealing them all to put up on eBay.
Even not put on eBay, just to steal them for their cabin mate because the other cabin mate wants it. So all of a sudden it disappears, and you're like, and then you're chasing around like myself. If I'm missing one, of course I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds pity. It sounds cuckoo, but I want one because I've had them all the rest, and I've been on a cruise, and I want them all. Just the weird else. And then this year, and people said the same thing. I got another little stack here, and this stack is very. Every night this year, it seemed, and this is the first year ever that's been like to this extreme. One night we go in, there's a there's a marketing thing for the official KISS combat gear. There's, you know, from the Entertainment Earth. There's an ad. Okay.
Wait, flip that one around because my face is starting to seize up with that. No, not that bullshit side. I want the nice side. Yeah. I like that. Right. Yeah, badass.
So I mean, it's an ad. They try to sell something. Okay. All right. So you got one, right? Next, you know, there's another one. It comes in. It's the what is it?
That computer game,
KISS
right?
Rocks thing is now out or whatever that's coming out. So it's another ad. All right. So next thing you know, if you look around, they get another one. It's because the Paul Stanley art is on it. Oh, we haven't talked about the Paul Stanley art stuff yet. Holy mother of God!
Do we have to?
Well, I mean, some people are into it, and some people I know bought it. It's your money. You can do what you want with it. If you think it's worth the price you want to pay for that price, hallelujah, it's all good. I mean, some people save their money, work 2 or 3 jobs just to pay for it, work over a Christmas holiday, and that's what they want to do. I'm all for it. Hey, if they sell it at X amount of price and you buy it or people buy it and it keeps selling, of course they're going to keep selling it.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? It's called business, and I don't have a problem with it. I just don't, as far as art goes, that's not my sort of art, and And then sorry, this was some kind of raffle this year, and it's like KISS and Zenith watches are raffling a special limited thing. But look at it. It says KISS on it, and it's got the little symbol of the KISS Cruise. So of course, if you're like a little mini collector of everything else, you want to have all that stuff. I get it.
I have all this little stuff. It's kind of weird, but then you turn around, it kept happening, which is the first year. Now this is here's another thing that's coming out.
Oh, for fuck's sake, a paddleboard.
It's what is it? The inflatable stand-up paddleboard. For $8.95. I swear to God, they had one in the for showing in the merchandise store, right? So that was another ad they put on. So then they come in. Here's another ad. They have ones for the authentic RA rewards. Michael James Jackson thing. So it's another thing that came. So they were like selling a whole. It was like weird. And then here's another one. I was just like, I love KISS and I buy a lot of KISS. You would say junk, crap, shitty, whatever you can think of it. I don't care what people say.
Doesn't matter.
It's nothing for anybody else. But here's one that even took me by surprise. KISS fishing poles. Yeah. I swear, I am not kidding. There's an ad in the KISS, and people were like, oh my God, they're really like it was like overselling this year.
Some people are going to love this stuff. Some people are going to laugh at this stuff. Some people are going to shake their heads at this stuff. And, it's all good. There is no right answer to any of that stuff. I find it absolutely absurd, a KISS fishing pole. But you know what? If you want it,
if you fish, it's all good.
Fine.
You know what I mean?
I don't care.
I play hockey. If they came out with a damn KISS hockey stick, guess what? I'll probably end up buying it.
I'm not going to get all butthurt because this product exists that I don't want to buy. Because you know what? I'm not going to buy it, so I don't give a shit.
You don't have to.
Do I think it's stupid? Well, that's irrelevant. If you like it, go for it. If it makes you happy, go for it. Fuck anyone else's opinion.
Yeah, and then this came in the ad about Sophie, about playing, where she was playing. They were pushing that. It was kind of weird because she's already on the schedule. A meet and greet, and then get her merch out of the store, and this and that. Now, this is the one I find the most interesting, and Kim brought it up, and she thinks I didn't put one and one together. This came. I don't know if it was the last night of the cruise. It says, lost item, a gold bracelet. Last seen standard theater. KISS show last night. Rewarded found it. Bass, guitar, or cash reward. Meet and greet with Gene Simmons. Bring the guest services. This was put on in our rooms.
Wow.
So what I think it is
Sophie's.
It's got to be
Or Shannon's.
Shannon's bracelet, a ring that Jean gave her. And when she was up top, where she usually sits to watch the shows, when she's tossing out picks, she must have went fling, and the thing went fling off her hand.
Oh, wow.
And she lost.
Awful.
That's the only thing I can accept, because you're talking about a base and a meet and greet. It's got to be Shannon's. It's got to be somebody in the families.
Yeah, it's got to be something with sentimental values. So
yeah, and Kim brought that out. I didn't even think about it. Now, in the room, they also, this year, because I was like, when I bought the merchandise, I'm like, I always get a towel, a beach towel, right? I'm like, man, and I bet you're going to sell a beach towel. I'll have to buy one on the ship. Oh, no, that was one of our gifts this year, the beach towel. And for anybody who, like I said, I'm a collector, I didn't open this. Kim opened it. It's her money. She said, she told me, screw you. I paid my money. I'm going to open the damn thing. I'm going to wash it. I'm going to use it. I'm like, yeah, she's going to open it, and just so she can look at it. And she wanted to show people online because people wouldn't open them, because it came in a package. Well, not only did she opened it, she come up with the laundry, her laundry. She's like, guess what I did? I washed it. I'm like, come on, are you kidding me? She did. She washed it, but it's a full, and it's really nice. It's the full towel. It's not like...
Wait. This is a Mark Cicchini moment. Someone opened the package.
Yeah.
So you're going to show Mark what it looks like? Because I'm sure he didn't open his.
And it wasn't me. So Kim opened hers, and I'll show, it's the full thing. I'll try. It's...
Oh, wow.
So it's the full, from top. Oh, see, it's so hard to...
Yeah,
it's
don't forget Tommy and Eric here.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's, from top to bottom in the whole KISS world and the, Cosmel, Costa Maya, the dates, it's the full towel.
Nice.
It's I'm like, cool. Well, at least I don't have to buy the towel this year. Now I know what it looks like. Well, I know the other ones look like, because they never put them in packages. And then, of course, the last night of the cruise, they always give you the,
your dog tags.
Dog tag. And then let me go grab it. I'll get the, it's right there.
Yeah, go for it.
The photo, signed photo they give you. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. Trying not to waste time. I hope we can still hear.
No, don't
worry. This was the this every year they give you a signed thing. This was the thing this year. Basically, it's the same thing like the towel, but it's like a poster size. But it's like it's an album size.
Yeah, it looked like it was about album flat size.
Yeah, it's maybe a little bit bigger than album size. And they all signed it. Got Tommy's up there, and the rest of the guys are down here. So, that was the thing they signed this year to get in your cabin. So, hey, I'm not complaining. Like I said, anybody, what would you take? I'll take anything. Anything they keep throwing at us that way, we paid a lot of money, I'll take it.
And anything that's not nailed down, right?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm not one of those, because they, let's face it, they have, when the elevators opened this year, they had the same thing. It's got the KISS world, and it shows a ship, and it's that. And it says, you are on camera, do not take this. Oh, it is serious about it too, because people have ripped stuff off.
Oh, okay.
On top deck, what a pool deck is the next layer up on the glass on the top thing. They had a picture of each one of their faces like that, each one there on top and in the glass. They also have at the bar, it says about the cup. With the carb on the cup and this and that, and then they had the special cycle circus. I took a picture of it, and they get them taped down. So there are people that try to put their hands in there so often and they just tape them right back down. And I know people that've tried to buy them off the employees and stuff like that. But they get in trouble. They're told. They probably account for all this stuff and say, hey, you gotta, if this is gone, you're gonna get it. And those people can't afford to lose their jobs.
Yeah,
people are like, if something gets stolen, it's probably them. Oh no, if those people get fired, they are literally, they got to kick back to wherever country they came from. They don't make a lot of money. Those people work their asses off hard, and they work almost 20 hours a day, and there's no joke. They send the money back to their families. They sign 6 to 8 month contracts for shit money. And basically they're picking up all our crap and whatever don't do, and the whole washy things. Everybody makes a big joke out of it before you go into the buffet. They're singing, hey, washer. And two guys are from I think it was from Royal Caribbean who actually started that whole thing. And it's not really a joke about washy your hands and all that. because people who don't wash your hands, and it just sounds sick, and it's true. People go to the bathroom and this or whatever. They don't wash their hands. You're around a lot of people all day. You're crammed in spaces. They don't wash their hands. You start wiping your eyes. And people get sick. So so these two guys made up. Yeah, that's why I do the fist pump. They say, oh, the high five is you get on the cruise ship. I'm like, nope, fist pump. I don't want to, the less you get sick, the more, because, when you meet everybody, people that hugs and no, I'm like, fist pump. What's the matter? I'm like, nothing's wrong. I don't want to get sick. Get it? Fist pump. Hey, what's up? Because, it's not a joke. People make jokes out of it, taking videotapes. Hey, look, it's funny. It's not really funny. They're making a joke out of it because people are idiots that don't wash their hands. And it sounds weird, but that's how you get that stuff is because people don't wash their hands,
Well, don't people, follow the news and all these cruise ship sicknesses?
Well, that's
guys.
That's where that's from. That's from people not washing their hands. It gets all over.
Bring your freaking disinfectant cream for your hands and fist bump.
Yeah, but you got to understand, you got people pressing the elevator buttons, you got people holding the railings going on.
As Gene Simmons would do, pressing the button, right?
Yeah, but then also when you're like this crammed and you're on that shows or hanging around all day, you're not getting much sleep. Your immune system is going to go down. So and they call it the KISS crude crud, or whatever they call it. And again this year, people got it again. They're coming home. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm sick," and they get the crud, and that's what they call it, the KISS crud, cruise crud.
Looks where the cruises go. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You're sailing out of NOLA, and you're going to Cozumel, and what was the other place? And you're up 20 hours of a day, and you're not living right necessarily.
Yeah, because you got to figure too. You meet people or your friends from other countries that are on a different time zone. Even though when you get together, you're on the same time zone, but you're on a different time zone because, and then there's no clocks. You got to look for clocks. There's a couple on the top, and that's the whole idea. When you get on the cruise ship, they don't want you to know the time. That's the whole idea.
You got all those freaking Europeans coming in, and then my God, you got the Aussies. Holy shit! Talk about germs.
Yeah. No, but it's just a funny thing though. Everybody's up all night, and you get let's face it. By the time usually by the end of the cruise, you're pretty. It's not a vacation. It's Disney on steroids, man. That's what it is. I mean, depending how you look at it, depending on what you do. There are people who just go to a show and chill out and they relax, and then there's nutcases like myself who want to run around all night, go to everything I can, hang out with all my friends and stuff, and talk. I mean, even at times Kim went to bed. She's like, "Oh, I'm tired. Can I go to bed?" I'm like, "Okay, I'll walk you back to the cabin." She went to bed, and then now I'm up. And I had her up till like 3 a.m. in the morning. Usually the last night of cruise, we're up till 3 or 4 in the morning because you're basically saying bye to everybody because you don't know if you're going to see some of these people ever again because they might not come back or you never know what's going to happen in life. And that's what goes on.
There's 2,600 people on the boat. Your one interaction with someone may just be that moment, which, that might be it. That might be a hi, hang out a little bit, and then you don't see them again. So... you pop into people throughout the cruise. There's some people you hit and miss sometimes, but most of the people, if you want to hang, I'm telling you, because if you see the same people at the same KISS things, they kind of, it's like a choo-choo train. You'll see the same people that you hang out or at each KISS thing. And then there's people who straggle off and say, well, I'm going to go see, whatever the band, and there's a KISS thing going on. It's like, and then they have fun things going on too. They had Cabo Wabo Olympics, which basically did like stupid game things, run around, do stupid things, twirl around, drink shots, and then and you combine teams, and you get to know people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even if people you've never met from different countries and shit, and you become friends with them. And that's how it gets started. I mean, yeah, I remember back with the KISS Rocks Vegas. Because obviously I went to Vegas for that, and a lot of the people got off the cruise and went to there. So there were a whole bunch of European folk. I mean, I was standing right behind some of the Dutch guys, and I was just so out of it. I should have been, some of them I know online, and I've known for decades, and it was just like, you make friends with these people, and you interact with them.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the cups they sold this year. Hold on.
Yeah, do. And I'll grab a sip.
Are you singing?
No, I was trying to do that fucking Jeopardy theme thing. Well,
Oh, I got you. Sorry, I'm trying to go faster. Anyways, just to show, I mean, for shits and giggles, this was the 16-ounce cup. We basically
that's the one from The Gathering, right?
from the gathering. This is the one from that helped us the KISS limousine service.
That is
and if
badass.
you bought any kind of drink, you could just, they were supposed to give you one after you bought a drink, but they were just like sitting on the counter and people were just grabbing them. It didn't even matter. And then something happened and we end up getting 1,000 of the same cup, but it was 12 ounce. So we were on the stage throwing 1,000 of these suckers out. I was like a sprinkler. I don't know if there's any videos out there, but people are laughing at me. I'm like trying to toss them to everybody else and throw it out. So anyways, here is the official KISS cups from, so they had, here's one.
That's the Tommy?
Nope, that's the black one from the first night.
Oh, so it's not by color.
Nope, this one's just a black one. This is from the first, 5 days. So they decided to make 5 cups instead of 4. So that's the first one, and then here we go. Here's the spaceman or Tommy, whatever you want to call it. With the wrong icon.
I don't give a shit. You know what? I like that.
With the wrong damn icon still. That still irritates me. I still get pissed off about that. I don't care what anybody says. I don't know. Ever since they started doing that stuff back when they did, remember they did the Hard Rock? They came out with those T-shirts. It's been
doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah, they came out. KISS came out. They did the Hard Rock. Did something for the Hard Rock event. They had a bunch of merchandise and they had the shirts. That was the first time that I call it Ace Icon because that's basically the original Ace Icon. So I'll stick with that.
Yeah, it is.
And they add an extra stupid loop, and I don't get it. Why everybody else's seems to be the same? Why isn't his the same? Anyways, here's the Demon Cup. That's what it looks like.
Oh, I like that.
Because last year they're only like half. They only showed like half the symbol, like half the icon. It's kind of weird. Star Child. Here's the Star Childs.
Yeah, I don't like
lip and all.
It's not showing up as purple enough for me.
It is. Believe me, it is dark purple. It's just the way that. Believe me, it's dark.
Okay.
Kim had to buy one herself, extra special one. She goes, I need one more of the Paul.
I like the green.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely the colors are there. I mean, it might not come out on the thing, but definitely the colors are there.
I'm gonna have to get myself a green one.
Oh, those damn pennies. I don't know what the hell they are. Those damn frickin' pennies that those pennies.
The machine that was broken all the time.
Yeah, the pennies. Where do I have the pennies right here? Hold on. If I get the pennies right here, hold on.
Yeah, let's see if we can find it. My uncle is a raft, and he keeps me floating.
Oh, so I didn't know I was breaking out the merch. So
yeah,
the merch with me, and I don't want to
totally
bore everybody. Everybody's probably online going, if they're not watching, they're probably going, "What the hell is that guy doing?" So, anyways, do I have the wrong pennies? Anyways, the pennies are pain in the asses. And you probably won't even be able to see them. That's how bad it is. They just, forget the pennies. You have to see them up close. They won't come out of the thing.
No,
the pennies
you got to go on the cruise and find the penny machine when it's working to find the answer to what they look like. You're not going to get a freebie from Andy right now because tough shit. It's not going to look good on the camera. And number two, that machine was not working most of the time, so there was suffering involved.
Yeah. Now I'm going to show you something. I know it's not official. And I'm telling you, I have to show you these because this guy swore up and down. And, I don't know the guy at all. I have nothing at all. It's just that I saw these and I said, this guy had these. And I says, oh, my God. And the guy said that I don't even know if I'm supposed to say it or not, but tough shit. Because I don't know the guy. I don't even remember his name or nothing. That's how bad I am with the name things with people. Anyways, this guy, somebody told me, says, Andy, you got to find this guy. And I'm like, where is he? And they show me, and I'm like, oh, my God, I got to have these. This guy, when I talked to him for a few minutes after I got him, he told me that he was like 2 weeks late, that he had made 25 sets of these coins, and that he was going to sell them to Six-Man to sell on the cruise, that he wanted to work with them on the cruise. And I says, wow, one of the coolest things, and if this guy actually is going to get the business, like I said, I don't know the guy. I don't know nothing about it, but I'll show you these coins. These guys made these freaking coins are unbelievable. And I know my friend Mike posted them because I showed him where the guy was, and they happened to find the guy again. And look at this. I cannot. He made one of each guy, and then the one of this whole thing. Unfreaking believable. So, I mean, I don't even know if it's going to come out as good. I mean, these things are heavy coins.
Oh my God, that actually looks really fucking cool.
You wouldn't. Unbelievable. I can't. And the guy basically.
Oh, really nice. Just flip, just rotate it a little bit so we get some of the shine off the camera. That is really, really, really good. So.
I'll show you. I don't want to go. I won't go through. I'm telling you. I'll do the one with all four. I mean, they did each individual one plus the whole group, and I'm telling you. And they will. I bought them. You guys like, oh, $10, $10 like, oh, $50 for the set, and they're all 5. I was like, you kidding me?
Oh, I like that. That is really nice.
I'm serious. I'm like, they're heavy coins.
Yeah, why isn't KISS thinking? I mean, they should definitely get with this guy then, because that looks.
From I understood that the guy he was in contact with whatever, and they want to start working with this guy or whatever it is. I'm like, this is.
Yeah, they should definitely get with him.
Out of say bootleg, because technically it is, I guess, right now until it's official.
Yeah, it's not licensed.
One of the greatest things I've seen in a long, long time. Killer.
Come on, $50 a set. I mean, if KISS gets their hands on it, it'll be $800.
Yeah, and I know. I mean, it really. I mean, sorry. I mean, they so good. I mean, interacted the colors with each other, even though Paul's got red,
Andy,
but it's got
Andy, can you hold that Eric one back up again?
Yeah, sure. I'll pull it out. It's probably better out of the package. And it's got the little icon down, the thing down the bottom.
Oh my God, that looks good. And just a little bit more center in the screen, because that one is fantastic.
I mean, they're all just like incredible. And it's got the KISS, the KISS World. It says, KISS World at Sea, November. It has the dates the 5th through 10th, 2017. I mean, it's unbelievable.
That looks really, really, really good. So.
Oh, and they're heavy, and I mean, without a doubt. So hopefully this guy, like you said, though, who knows? So I don't know. So, and I always got to thank everybody. It's so, and the people you meet and the fans you meet online, and then you see them in person. I always bring goodies for people from my area, or people ask me, hey, Andy, can you pick me us? Because they're from overseas and they can't get, even something as simple as like the Walmart T-shirt. I mean, and that gray one they came out with this year, the tie-dye that just came out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like $7, $7.50, or they get the thermal one this year.
It's tough if you don't live here. You can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, even the thermal one, I had a tough time this year. And there's people from OC, hey, Andy, can you grab me one of those? And I'm like, dude, it's all good. I'll grab you one. But just want the regular money, or you got something, we can trade it off or something. And that's what they did this year. That's one more other thing they did this year, too. There's always been people that we've just done it, kind of, I don't want to say secretly. They kind of know about it. But they actually made it official. They call it International Swap this year.
Yeah.
So basically, they did a swap this year, and they did it at 10 a.m. on the second night of the cruise, second day of the cruise, at like 10 to 11. And basically, you went to Bar City, which is one of the bars right before the casino. And they basically, you brought stuff and you swapped. You can't buy nothing. They were watching. There's a lot of people from Six Men there. They were watching. They were kind of poking around. And the guy already mentioned that. He already said, next year, so meaning 2018, when they do it again, so they already kind of know they're going to do it again. They want to put like tables, like dealer tables, like you go to an expo, and that's because basically there was like no tables, it's like small tables, people trying to run around, walk around and see the stuff, and it was kind of cuckoo, so it was like crazy. But a lot of people brought stuff from all over, the world, and you trade, and basically I got a couple good stuff, people got. I mean, you just kind of trade off. It's so awesome.
Well, that's two things that they can do. Number one is a swap meet. That's very European. We do that. We meet up. We trade. We don't necessarily sell if they want to keep it like that. But they should also possibly do a flea market type thing where you pay for a table and you sell. And
it might be. I think that might be the problem. Is I don't know. It might be an NCL problem.
And bootleg shit.
Well, yeah, the bootleg. The bootleg probably is an issue. Number one, and number two is. it's NCL. I don't think you can do it. People wonder why. Oh, how come they don't have official KISS videos from the cruises? Official KISS videos, because NCL basically, even though maybe these 6 million is chartering the ship and KISS is playing on the ship, but NCL still makes the rules.
Yeah.
And even on a regular cruise, and I know this for a fact because I've been on regular cruises before. Even when you go to see whatever show there is in a theater, they do the same thing. They do not want you to use flash photography. They do not want you to record. So they know that. So basically, you need NCL's permission to do that, and they don't give you permission.
Hey,
end of story.
You know what? This is business. Rights are rights. So that's why that's why there's unofficial vinyl trader meetups that happen and deals that go down. And as long as it's unofficial and it's not sanctioned, it's no big deal. Swap meet.
One time they had a T-shirt swap a couple of years ago. People were bringing T-shirts and they were doing T-shirt swaps.
I got a shitload of T-shirts.
So it went off really well, but I don't know. There were people like making bootleg ones, so I don't know. That's why they stopped it.
Yeah,
all
of mine are official, but I don't fit them anymore because I'm a fat fuck. Would love to trade them all for something.
Oh, you could probably bring them next year at the swap, man. I was trying to, I didn't bring I already had a ton of stuff with me because, like I said, I bought some stuff for some of the guys overseas. So my luggage and carry-ons and my stuff was so stuffed. So I basically brought small things. I bought some pics. I had personal pics. I do personal pics every year once in a while. I've done a personal pic every year. I make probably like 100 and I'll toss them out here and there at karaoke or whenever I feel like it, at pins and stuff. So I did basically small stuff this year like that. But if they have if the swap's going to get bigger and like that kind of thing, I will just I'll bring some extra stuff that I have. I got rid of a lot of the extra stuff I used to have a long time ago. So
they may not want it to get too big. Keep everything a little bit on the low brow. There's a couple of things I want to ask you about before we wrap up because we're getting very close to 2 hours here, Andy.
Oh, it's almost 2 hours. Holy.
Paul Stanley.
Yes.
Did you go to any of his art things or to his jewelry or his cooking? That's the one thing I would love to cook with Paul. I would love to cook with Paul Stanley because I don't like the shit that he cooks. It's a little bit too lowbrow. I like to do some real cooking with Paul.
I'll go through fast. We did go to the gallery to see that he had the paintings and the acrylic.
Is that still Wentworth who are handling that?
Yes. Yeah, the Wentworth Gallery, and we looked. I took pictures, and that's about. I'm gonna say that because the stuff is
expensive,
very expensive.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie about it. For some of the photo that Paul is just promoting with the Swarovski jewelry going into the photos of him gonna smash the guitar, and his one with Gene standing there. I think they were like 10,500 or something like that.
Once you get into art, it's a different realm. And if Paul's making sales at those prices, more power to him because art is art. It's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
If it's worth it to you, it's the same as whether you're buying a Gene Simmons bass or a Paul Stanley stage played guitar. You don't talk about the price if you can't afford the price. You can either do it and want to do it, or you can't. And for his art, it's not something that really resonates with me, so it's never been an issue. Which is why I'm more interested in the cooking angle.
Yeah. Also, we went to when we went to the second night into the merchandise store. They were just putting up the Paul Stanley stuff, the jewelry and stuff. And we looked at it. I mean, it was a little bit of a crowd. I mean, literally, the ladies were just like. It was just there. They must have just started, which was day 2 into it. It's kind of weird. So, but yeah, we were looking at the stuff. It's kind of funny. One's got one of the bracelets. So it's got the Vinny Anka on one of the pieces of jewelry. It's the funniest thing. You're like, really? So, but it's like everything else. If you want to pay the price, that's your thing. Kim looked at some of the stuff. I looked and she, that look like, hey, I like that. This is kind of neat. I'm like, yeah, some of the stuff is kind of neat looking, but I'm like, I'm not a jewelry expert, so I couldn't tell you if that was like way over the range of like where you could go to another store and buy it, and maybe buy around the same thing or not. I don't know, but it's the same thing. If that's what you can afford and that's what you want to do, it's your money.
Yep.
More power to you.
Absolutely.
If you don't like it, just don't buy it. Just move on.
If you don't like it,
work,
don't buy it. Move on, and don't bag on those who maybe do. Simple.
That's what I think.
Simple as that.
Worst.
Don't harass people who are interested in it, even if you're not, because you know what? There's always a buyer for a product, and if there isn't, then there is no product. Paul would not be doing this if there was no one interested in it. He's not doing it to have a freaking drawer full of stuff that didn't sell. He's doing it because he hopes that people are interested and like it, and he's designing stuff and he's putting creativity and effort into these creations, and if they sell, then he'll continue doing it. And if they don't, then he'll move on to something else that works for him. He's not just a guitarist. He's an artist. You have to remember where he comes. Go read his fucking book.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, I get, let's face it, and when I got the casket, people were like, oh my God, I can't believe you bought that. Well, I bought it because I want it. Tough shit.
Yeah, and someone told me the other day, did you ask Andy? Did you get Bob Kulick to sign your casket?
Bob Kulick signed the back of it a couple of years ago. I brought it to an expo, and he did sign the back of it. I won't bring that on the cruise. I'm not going to lug that to the cruise. Okay. Believe me, if I could, I will be lugging that down to Atlanta. It's not like lug. It's just it will definitely be in Atlanta because I need Vinny to sign the front on the bottom half. It's a spot. I'll show you. I know people have asked to go through all the stories. Actually, I know I know you want to finish off the Paul, but I was asked to be interviewed by. I don't know even know who they are. I forgot the things. They had asked people about collections, and they wanted a video, show you a video, and you had like 3 minutes to show a video and talk it fast, but you couldn't have Kiss music playing, you couldn't have bootlegs. I mean, it was a weird thing, and they did get back to me. Basically, I was already in New Orleans when I saw the email. So they did interview me for collections, which I don't know what they're going to use it for, and basically they just asked a couple questions: what's your name, where you're from, what you got any stories, what's your unique piece. Of course, they asked about the casket. I told them, then they were, hey, what's your kind of stories? And I said, I can't tell you. I don't want to make a big, because it's an official Kiss thing. I don't want to, we kind of went through that stories. I don't want to, put this on official thing, making them all sound bad. no, everybody, So, anyways. That's that. So the Paul, we did go to the Paul, what do you call it? Cooking thing. He did salad this year.
Salad. That's not cooking. Cooking is cooking. Salad is not cooking. Sorry, Paul.
Well, he did a salad. He did something else. I'm sorry. He did something else too. And I'm like, I go to it because Kim wants to see it, so I go to it. It's okay. I don't mind it. But he did. The big thing, though, he did this year was basically, like, he always talks in between as they're cooking. Because he says, I'm a cook. The guy next to him, he's the chef. The guy that was here last year, he goes, I'm not a chef. He's the chef. I'm a nobody, basically. He's telling everybody,
Yeah, there's a difference, and he knows it.
There's a big time, And I forgot what else he did besides the salad. He did something else. I forgot. I hate his, no offense, but the pizza. I tried it. The last year, the pizza. I forget it. But he did, talk about things in between, which is, kind of interesting when he's talking in between, because there's like 5 or 6 people up there, and after he does, he serves them, and he's talking to them and asks them how they like it or if they don't like it, and this and that. But he's talking in between and stuff, and then at the end, near the end, he was asking everybody, which I thought was pretty cool. Is that he was asking everybody how they like the cruise, of course, and then he says, we are going on. There is going to be another one, KK8, and then so everybody's like cheering, and then he asked about the bands. So, did you like the lineups? And people were like, yeah. And he goes, well, how'd you like Bob and Bruce? Would you like them back? And he literally said the first thing he said, would you like Bruce and Bob back? And of course, everybody's going nuts, And then now Paul's opened the door for people to start saying. When people got quiet, people start saying. I want this one and one yelling. And of course, I'm here in the back, and all of a sudden, I got my voice kind of carries. I'm like, it's really bad, wicked loud, and you hear a bunch of people cheering, and he's like, and then it just went dead silence.
Hey, you know what? Ace Frehley on the Kiss Cruise would be a no-brainer. Desolation Angels, obviously we're going to Nashville earlier this year. Scott Van Zandt, good Kiss connection there. Doing Bad Company covers. Again, a lot of a Kiss connection there. Denman, obviously, again, coming from Nashville. There's a lot of bands that would be very good to bring on the KISS Cruise, and I'm kind of pushing Steel Panther off the plank there.
I don't know if Steel Panther will be back. I mean, I'm not the big fan of them.
I don't get it. It's not my thing, So I'm thinking of the bands that I would get. I would go to Desolation Angels again and have my ears blown off with Bad Company covers, without a doubt. I would go to Denman. I would go White Wizard stuff.
Well, I mean, maybe I think it's part of a budget wise too. They have to X amount of budget probably. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Let's face it. You know who gets the final say? Paul, Doc. Whatever.
Yeah, spend the budget, get the Kulik brothers back, and
if it sells. That's the thing, though. It sells. It doesn't sell right away, but by the time the cruise comes, it sells, and basically it sells 90 to 95% of it sold before they even announce the bigger act, whatever.
Most people are going to be there. It's then a matter of filling it in. If you get AC on there, let him do some of his own meet and greets. Give him the latitude, and don't control him. Say, you can do these songs, just like I'm pretty sure they did with Bruce and Bob. Run the set list by us, so that we don't have too much overlap. Do your thing. Here's your own meet and greets that you can organize yourselves. And it would be really cool to get Ace on there. And if he turned it down this year, maybe there's a chance that he's receptive to it on another year where he's not coming off a tour to Australia with Alice Cooper. Who
all I gotta do is crossing my fingers for that one. I'd be like, it'd be golden. Imagine Bob, Bruce, and an Ace on. Oh my God.
And they don't have to guest on each other's sets. They can all be their own things on their own, doing their own things.
Or even the guy 4x8. If you don't know who 4x8 is, the ex-Freely comic guys.
Yeah, that's
and
John
I've talked
Regan,
to them,
Todd Howarth,
and I talked to them. And they say they're ready to do it. They're ready to go. They do it. They just got to be asked or whatever it is. They said they'd do it. They would be like they'd be all on, and those guys are damn good.
They are really good. And who's the drummer now? Is it Fuso?
Well, the guy, you never know, but what's his name from Skid Row, the original drummer from Skid Row.
Yeah, Rob. So, that would be a good act. So there's so many possibilities. One of the things, we got to wrap this up because we're approaching 2 hours, and we're not going to do a part 3. But, the thing with the KISS Cruise is it's so organic. There's so many possibilities. Everything that you've described and explained today, just leaves, I haven't been sitting here falling asleep. I've been excited and invigorated and, really drawn into the experience. And
let's face it, the KISS Cruise is the biggest KISS event of the year every year. You can't even deny it. Nobody can deny it because you're either going to hear stuff you never heard before or barely ever hear. I know, I'm the same way. I would love to hear even more, get deeper. I would wish they actually play another show. Play acoustic on the deck, or electric at night. Play the 2 window shows, and then the last night of the cruise, do it again. Go outside, go on the deck again, and play one last show. End it where you started it. Another show, even if it is some repeats, not to say repeats of songs we heard, but another set list. Even if it's just the regular songs that we know and love. Make it, bang it out the last night. But I know they got to do their meet and greets and stuff, and the Paul meet and greet, the Gene meet and greet, the acoustic stuff. And Gene's takes a long time with the master class. And I heard that's like off the hook if you go.
There's so many hours in a day, and so many ways to do things, and so many things that we can think of. I mean, we can think of the Gene Simmons band doing a set. Everything's possible. Is it all reasonable? That's the question. And these guys
didn't even mention Paul Stanley's Soul Station. Paul mentioned it. People mentioned it. Paul Stanley's Soul Station. Paul goes, "You guys would really like to see, Soul Station on the cruise," and people are like cheering.
No.
It's like I don't know how they could pull it off. That's the thing. I just don't know how they could pull all those guys that kind of music. Where do you put it in one theater show? It's be impossible because everybody's going to want to go to check it out.
Yeah,
so
I'd check it out on a simulcast. I'm not going to, make my effort to go and see that sort of thing because I don't need Paul Stanley to introduce me to any of that sort of music. But some people will. So it's all good. It's all fair. It's KISS Cruise VIII. It's in the planning stages now. So
Julian's going.
Maybe that's the question.
Hey, if you don't have any of Julian's books, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to help Julian. Buy some of Julian's books. They kick ass.
Yeah. What is this? Buy some of my books so I go on the KISS Cruise.
Yeah. So you can pay for your flights. You go to Atlanta, so that'll take care of that. So you can take that money and put it on the cruise. You know what I mean?
I just live life in a revenue neutral situation that if I could break even.
Hey, Julian, you work very hard to do these books. You know, you put your all 110% and then some into the book. So you gotta, you're a humble guy about it, but you should. You put out so many great books and stuff. People should, if they don't know about your books, they should know about your books and buy the damn books.
Well, I can't say it any better than that, and that's a perfect point at which to leave this episode. Andy, thank you for coming back for a part 2 that is basically part 2 and part 3 wrapped up into one.
Yeah, I know.
I appreciate you digging up all the cool stuff that you've shown us and for going back through your memories with your opinions of everything that was about the cruise. I'll tell you this. It sounds like a blast, and you make it sound really exciting. You make it sound like a wonderful thing to go and interact with all these other fans on. And, on behalf of everyone who's listening to the show, thank you for sharing all of these things with us on the KissFAQ podcast. It's very much appreciated.
And I just don't do this like just because I'm on a podcast. I am like this. This is me. This is what I love about this stuff. And I'm telling you, if you've never been on a KISS cruise, just if somehow you can work it out and go on it just once, even if you only go on it once, you'll have the great. Because just think, you're looking around and they're all here for the same reason. They're all fans of KISS in one way or another. And you can't just go wrong. You cannot walk around without that place without a smile on your face. And if you do, you're not a fan. There's something wrong with you. One way or the other. Except for that damn ice cream machine.
So on that note, if you can't get into it, you're just not a fan. We'll leave it there. From Andy and myself, thank you for listening to this. Do chime in. If you went on the KISS cruise, share some of your favorite parts of it and some of the things that you think could be improved, because, feedback is always a good thing. Keep it nice. Keep it constructive, because constructive feedback is always received better than angry raging. And, anything that you think could be improved, I'm sure someone may well read if you comment in the right way. And
take your survey. If you're going on a cruise, take the damn surveys. I want this, I want change. Well, take the survey. Tell them. That's all you can do. There's nothing more you can do. Or get on the KISS Cruises Facebook page and you just say, hey, I'd like to have this improved in a nice way. That's all they can do. That's all they can try, because they're just the middlemen. Six-man is the middleman. Like you say, we know who controls it. Guess in the long run, who's the bosses? Who says yay or nay on bands and everything else, and it's money wise,
And as KISS fans, it's you, because they hear and they obey.
We hope. No, but whatever.
They listen. They do listen. Yeah. Whether or not it works on a business sense is a whole different kettle of fish. All right, that's the KissFAQ podcast for this time. Thank you all for listening, and we will see you next time. Andy, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have fun, everybody. Happy Turkey Day.
Thank you for spending time listening to the KissFAQ podcast today. All sales are final. There are no refunds. If you'd like, look us up on Facebook or come over to the KissFAQ message board and discuss the topic we broadcast today. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes, Spreaker, or wherever you've listened to the show. We hope you'll join us again.